What's good? What's good?
What's up with it? Fight Bookies, we back, baby. I'm back. Y'all
There we
miss me?
go.
I've been gone for a minute.
Oh yeah, you already know. Mark, you wake, bruh?
It feel
I'm
good.
My bad.
It
Y'all
feel-
live?
It feel good. It feel
I
good.
pulled a
to
shot
be
and poured
back.
it out like I was asleep during the cast, you know what I'm saying, live, you know what I'm saying?
It feel good to be back. I ain't gonna lie, man. I miss this, man. I miss the lights. I miss my brothers, man.
Taking care of business, man. You gotta do that. You gotta
Oh,
take
yeah.
care of business.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Lot of news, lot of stuff to catch up on.
Did you drop a pistol?
Phone.
That was a big sound, wasn't it?
You should check on that.
That is funny.
But nah, for real, man. We got a lot to talk about, man. How was y'all's week?
Oh, it was good,
Mine
bro.
was real good. Mine was
Yeah.
good, relaxing. I gotta get ready for this Vegas trip, you know what I mean? So, first time being in Vegas, so it's gonna be the first time. So I'm gonna enjoy myself.
Oh, that's what's up, man. That's all.
Definitely gonna enjoy myself.
Hey, I just came off vacation, so I already know, man.
How
I
long was
need
you
a
gone?
vacation.
I was gone 3 weeks.
It was 3 weeks?
3 weeks.
You ain't
man.
even tell us, bruh.
Wow.
Man, I forgot. I forgot. I ain't gonna lie, man. There was so much going on, man, and my wife delivered a baby, and after that we said we was gonna go on vacation, so it was one of
Yeah,
those
yeah.
like we didn't know when the baby was coming. So after that, we just dipped out and got some family time. So
Okay.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah,
I wish
yeah.
I could get 3 weeks. I need that.
hey,
Man.
man, I ain't never not working though. So just 'cause I'm out don't mean I ain't not working. So
Right. Always see some good stuff up here fighting
Right,
Chef
right.
High Rose, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So, all right, y'all ready to get to it, man?
Man, hold on. Let's talk about a little bit of news, man. Before
What's
we get
up?
this rundown, let's talk
Yeah.
about what's been going on, man. We got some big things that happened, some shifts. Devin Haney
Haney and Shakur.
going up, going up in weight.
Which I kind of figured he was going to do.
Yeah, we knew that was happening.
I thought the 75-25 offer was just a PR stunt.
Yeah, they ain't want it.
Payback for Shakur. I thought that's what that was. But, yeah, he's moving up to 140. He got a lot of options. He's in a situation like Canelo where he has a lot of options right now. I think
Yeah.
that's good for him. But he's in a situation where no matter what he's do, he's going to be considered a dud. And that's the world you live in now because now you could have took this fight, you could have took that fight.
Right.
And I stick to the same thing I've been saying for a minute. These guys got to fight each other too. I hope Shakur get that Lomachenko fight.
Nowhere else for Loma to turn.
Yeah.
Like,
So
you know what I'm
I hope
saying?
he gets that fight where
Yeah.
it helps build his profile even more so he can get into those real big fights.
Okay.
Did you see him actually the other night in front of Kambosos, going face to face with Kambosos?
Man, I feel like he had every
He
every
said he ain't
fight.
gonna fight him, though.
I mean, it
Ain't
wouldn't
no
even
point.
be-
He
yeah.
tweeted, he was like, man, respect the dude, but he ain't on my level. You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
nah.
I'm going for the big dogs.
Yeah,
Like, you know
that
what
would
I
be a
mean?
waste of time.
Yeah,
I
waste
wouldn't
of
even watch
time.
that.
I feel like Shakur he a promo tour. Like he had every
Yeah.
fight at the end of the fight just
Right,
smiling
right.
at niggas.
And I think it's making people go either two ways with him. He's either real likable because you love that energy, or you kind of hating it because it's like, nigga, shut up. But I feel, for me, it's making me like him even more that he's pressing all these people. And
He
you
got
know
to.
what
It's
I'm
his
saying?
time to. now.
Shakur.
Oh, you said Shakur. Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's time
So,
to do that.
I love
Time
the
to turn-
energy.
It's time to put that fire on everybody.
Yeah,
you
for
know?
sure.
So I'm with it. I
And
love it.
Haney, what's he looking like going to first fight he want to get who's he looking to
Regis.
fight? Yeah, Regis, and then they saying T.O. So we're not getting a Shakur fight for a while. I'm good with that though.
Yeah, I think they need
Yeah.
to let it cook, man. Like Haney, his team is doing right by him, and I think these is the best moves for him right now.
Mm-hmm.
So hats off to them, man. They doing the right moves. Like the
Right.
fans are losing out, but we had a great year in boxing so far. So
Yeah, the
let's
best.
the best year,
Yeah.
hands down. So let's just be, let the business do their part, and I
Sure.
think we're gonna get some good fights coming up here in the future,
Now,
hopefully.
quick question: how do y'all feel about the people that are saying Shakur should just take the 25% because it's more than he ever made in his career?
Yeah, to me personally, I get it. If sometimes you got to call them by their bluff. Deontay Wilder did that with Eddie Hearn. Eddie lowballed him. He lowballed him, and Wilder said, "Okay, I'll take it. I'll take the 15, just guaranteed." It was a 15 straight, guaranteed. First it was 12, and then it went to 15.
Right.
But when he called his bluff, they said, "Oh, we got another fight already going somewhere else." Sometimes it's just bluff offers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
you think it was just a straight bluff?
I think it was more of a PR. I think Devin Haney was paying back Shakur
Yeah.
for time I signed the contract, but you didn't exercise the mandatory and certain things. You doing stuff in the public to make people think I'm scared of you.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna send an offer. You know what I mean? I'm gonna send this offer, and that's just my opinion. I don't
Right.
think it was really a real offer where Devin wanted to fight Shakur. 'Cause
Right.
If that was the case, the fight would be made right now. He would have been got that done.
Yeah,
I blame whoever the A side that can make the fight. Them are the guys that get most of the blame,
Right.
Because they are the ones that can put these fights together.
Okay.
That's just my opinion.
If
on
you're
it.
Shakur, would you take the offer?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna get them big paydays. He's doing exactly what he needs to do, man.
Right.
He got to give his
I wouldn't
outside
take
of his talent. He has to build the stock. Like, he has to build a name. He has to be able to sell them tickets, man. Because like, people want to see it, but it's the fans, man. He has to build a bigger fan base, and I think he could come in, and he has the bargaining power just because they know he has the titles, like, and he has the accolades, like, you know what I mean? He is a pound for pound fighter, but can you sell tickets? And that's what I think he got to work on right now, and I think he's doing a good job of starting.
So this is selling at home. Is that where it starts?
Absolutely.
Selling at
Absolutely.
home. Yeah.
Absolutely.
He fought already in Jersey, so that's the first stepping stone for him. So yeah.
Right.
That sounds so much better. Won't y'all agree?
What's that?
The fan.
Oh yeah.
Oh
For sure.
yeah. Definitely.
So, I mean, with that being said, let's get into the rundown, man. We got some crisp audio, man. We got a lot to talk about.
Let's go. All right, so Keyshawn versus Patera last night on the undercard, Cambosis and Hughes. What'd y'all think?
I didn't get to watch it.
Oh, you didn't get to see it?
I seen the highlights.
Okay.
I'm gonna let y'all go ahead.
Did you see the comments?
I didn't.
No, you didn't see the comments either. Oh yeah, it was. I'm gonna go. Cambosos.
No, Davis, Keyshawn.
Keyshawn?
Yeah.
Oh no, Keyshawn. I didn't see all of his fight. I saw the knockdown too. I didn't see his fight. So.
Okay.
But I seen that he got the knockdown. He got a knockdown in the fight, but he actually won.
Yeah.
He actually won the fight. So I didn't really get to see his fight.
Yeah, he dominated, man. I will copy Shakur's sentiments. I thought he looked real sharp, but I thought he wasn't like mentally there the whole time. Like, you could tell he got kind of too relaxed, and he wasn't focused. That's what Shakur said. He said he wasn't focused the whole fight, because I felt like he could have got him out of there. He made a lot of mistakes. Still looked sharp, still looked like he could be in the ring with Frank Martin. You know what I mean? That still looked like a good matchup. You know what I mean? One didn't look like they were superior over the other, but Keyshawn all around had a good performance, though.
You think that'll be a good fight for him next? Is Frank Martin?
I don't think they should fight, but like I was telling you before, I think they could fight.
Yeah.
I think skill-wise, they could make a good matchup, and I don't know who wins it, but I don't think that should be his next fight.
I got you.
That's another one where you sit there and say, trying to watch them two build. But here's the question: when they come to those two building, because I still think it's a good matchup too. I wouldn't like them fighting either. But who lose first if they don't get to fight each other? Who lose first?
Frank Martin, because he's at a point in his career where he needs to have more step-up fights, so he would have the tougher fight first before Keyshawn, I think.
I agree.
And he older, so he need to. Like we said, he need to get it in. It's time. Isaac Cruz, you said that'll be a good matchup for him.
If I was to pick a ultimate fighter for him
there.
next,
that
it'll be Isaac Cruz.
Really there. That fight is there. And you know what? And it's kind of crazy that you say that Isaac Cruz, because you heard about Tank Davis and Chris Colbert.
I
in
heard about
talks.
that.
Ooh, I would like to see
He
that.
gonna smoke.
Really?
Crawford,
He
dog.
definitely.
gonna
I would like to
smoke.
see, for the entertainment aspect of it.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
want for the knockout aspect.
Oh no. It's definitely going to end in a knockout.
Yeah.
This is what people want to see. Though.
Bad
Right, no,
knockout. It's
you
gonna be bad.
I
though.
mean, just
Yeah.
because. I mean, well, who did he lose to?
They need
Garcia.
he lost to
lo-
Jermaine Ortiz, didn't he?
I think it was Garcia.
He won his last fight, but it was
He got knocked out by Garcia.
Who did?
Colbert.
No, he got knocked down, but he lost the fight. He lost. He got up. He got back up. He won. He fought into a decision.
Okay,
He
yeah,
lost,
that's right.
But he got knocked down. And then his other one, I think he got knocked down in that fight too, but he actually won the fight. He came back and won. I think he got knocked down. He did. He got knocked
And
down early.
everybody said he
When
was.
did Jermaine
He got
Ortiz?
cheated. He
When
got
did Jermaine Ortiz?
No, it
his
wasn't
last
Jermaine
fight.
Ortiz.
Nah,
It
who
was
was
another
it?
guy. I forgot his name, but he beat him.
It was Garcia. The one
Who?
he lost to was Garcia that Tank fought.
Yeah, that was the first one.
Yeah.
but he came
Okay.
back
Right.
after that.
Right.
You got to remember, he came and he had
I
another
remember
fight
somebody
after
else
that.
fought him.
And
It was
he-
just not that long ago.
Yes,
and
he
everybody
got knocked
said
down
he
the
got,
first round,
that
like 10
Yeah.
seconds
dude
into
got
the
robbed.
first.
Dude got robbed.
Yeah,
and
that's what
everybody.
people were
I can't.
saying, bro.
We got to look at that.
Yeah, we
yeah.
gotta go back watch the video too,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
why y'all
but-
Brooklyn dudes keep going down the same way, man? He look like Zab Judah against Tazoo. Why y'all Brooklyn dudes be falling the same way, man? That shit
I
be
like
crazy.
Showtime though, man. He's
Yeah.
an entertaining fighter, man. He's one of those fighters that I like to see in the ring. And just like you said, man, he's taken some tough shots and got back up, but I want to see him come back from that. I don't think like him and Tank would be the ideal fight for him.
Who's that? Colbert.
Chris Colbert, yeah.
hell no.
I think it'll be entertaining, man. I think he'll gain a lot of fans if they don't know who he is already. And then it'll give him an opportunity to do something a little bit further with his career, especially if he looks good against a Tank. you
Yeah,
know?
that was a big if.
So
But I
y'all-
get what
It
you're
is a
saying.
big if.
Yamin said
It can happen though. Like nobody thought Pitbull was gonna, do what he did against him, but he
Right,
did.
right.
So anything is possible.
What up,
Yeah.
y'all? Mean that's my dog.
Yeah. He got a couple comments. He shout out to How It Runs Boxing. He said that wasn't no damn PR stunt. Shakur could have took the 25%. Draco Baby said shout out to the panel of bros and salute to my guy How It Runs.
What's up, Draco? What's good, baby?
Yamin said no better way to build a fan base to beat Dev. Keyshawn already struggling to make 35. He won't last at lightweight. Hey, I'm from Brooklyn. Hey, shout out to Draco, baby. I used to live in Brooklyn in the summertime growing up, and I got nothing but love for Brooklyn, bro. I was down in Flatbush every summer, so I'm just talking shit.
Don't take it
No,
back
trust
now.
me, Brooklyn, they are hard on T.O., so they be hard on their fighters too, man. So it's ain't nothing but love. They already know, man. They know what it is.
So
But I know they ain't got nobody. They ain't got Cobra beating no Tank. I tell you that much.
Nah, man.
Don't care how Brooklyn you are.
Yeah. Cambosis versus Hughes.
Hey, did you said you
I
only
saw
watched two
like
I
three
went
rounds?
back.
rounds.
Yeah,
I watched
nah,
it this
went back.
morning. I watched it this morning so I
Okay.
can be on something.
All right.
What I seen was I seen a damaged fighter. I think he looked like he came out. I want to say he got a new coaching staff.
Yeah,
does
they
he?
said he
Okay.
got
Got a new coaching staff
Mhm.
or whatever, and he looked like he came out with a game plan. And after a couple big shots, he just resorted back to how he looked when he fought Devin Haney. I feel like Devin took a lot out of him that he did not learn from, and it just, to me, it was a robbery. And I say that just because every round, I feel like I probably gave Cambosa 3 rounds.
Oh, that's crazy.
I did.
Three
I gave him 3
rounds.
rounds. Yes.
That's
I gave him
crazy.
3. I
3
gave him
rounds.
3.
And to me, I was just like,
It was that bad.
that's
fucking
what
crazy.
but that's
Yeah.
coming in on that B side, that's what you get, man. You have to literally bully him the entire time. It was too many, especially in the last round. Hughes took off, and I think if he
probably
would
thought
have
he had
pressed,
it.
he probably thought he had it.
Yeah.
And that's the unfortunate part about it. You never get comfortable in that ring.
Mhm.
And I feel like he got too comfortable because of what it seemed, and that lost him the fight ultimately, man.
That's
It's
crazy.
unfortunate, but it
Yeah.
is
I'm
what
gonna
it is.
be honest. I don't think he had a chance to win the fight, even if he dominated. I think this was what part of the corrupt in boxing that people talk about. We just don't like. I remember the other night before I rewatched it, I had people calling me and saying they're gonna rob him before the scorecards even came out. And it's unfortunate that this happened to Hughes because again, he still becomes a name, but Cambosos gets he gets a big fight. And some of these guys got this pattern. Rowley, he came off a robbery before he got a mandatory with Tank. Then he come off another robbery before to win a world title. You see these patterns with these guys, man, and it's sickening to boxing, man, because it shouldn't even be the case. If you lose, you lose. But that's one thing about matchmaking, and it's hard to put fighters that's supposed to be winning consistently in fights that they supposed to look good against. Because this was a Kambosos fight that he was supposed to look good. Matchmakers really looked at this and was like, hey, this is okay. This is to make Kambosos back to where he's supposed to be. But to be honest, I just don't think Kambosos never was that guy. He's the Buster Douglas, I say. You get one win, and I'm hearing people saying Devin took something out of him. No, he had one win. He hadn't showed no consistency. That style that Devin Haney gave him is probably one of his kryptonites. He can't really figure that out. Those type of guys that's in and out that know how to box.
Right.
My thing is, when you got guys like Kambosos, you got to show consistency. Before I just crown you and say you one of the top dogs, you got to show me more than just one win. I don't care if you got 3 belts, 4 belts. You become undisputed. That's great. That's one win, no consistency. You'll always be in the history books, but you would never be considered one of the greats. That's just that's not happening. That's not gonna happen. But but that fight, it was definitely clearly a robbery. He only got 3 rounds, in my opinion.
He wasn't even using the ring correctly, if you ask me. Just looking at it in a coach's standpoint, one thing I did notice is I heard the commentator say that he really doesn't fight southpaws. He was circling the wrong way the entire fight.
Kambosos was
circling to his right, running to them big punches, man. And I think, to me, his camp didn't look as if like I said, he didn't learn anything from losing to Devin.
They looked at the name. They looked at the name huge, like, oh, we ain't gonna have no problem.
Right.
I just really think they overlooked the opponent.
Definitely happened.
They really overlooked them. And it's unfortunate, like I said, Kambosos still a name because of Teofimo. Teofimo gave him that shine that night. He doesn't beat Teo again. I don't think no one favors him to beat Teo in they fight. You know what I'm saying?
Right now, no, not at all.
Not at all. It's like that's not. It's almost the same effect that Sean Porter had with Kell Brook. Sean Porter went on to do greater things, won the world title again, and he looked at way different than the Kell Brook. But people start saying if they fought again, they would favor Sean Porter. You know what I mean? Over Kell Brook. So it's all about what you do after your defeats. You know what I mean? So I don't just criticize a fighter. They take some. We're gonna win some and lose some, but it's what you do after your defeats. And Kambosos, like I said, this performance is not where it is. Losing 2 times to Devin. Now you have this performance.
Right. And that takes us into Fulton Inoue Tuesday morning. It's going down. What y'all think?
Who y'all see walking away? Just to start it off, who do y'all see walking away with this fight?
Stephen
Fulton. Before we talk betting, because now we got to put the bag. Got to put the bag out there. We got to make our people some money.
Yeah.
You said Fulton?
Cool boy Steph is coming home with the dub.
What's that spread, though? I didn't know.
Right. Let's look at the stats, man. If you look at the bottom of the screen, we will have the stats coming up for that. But there it is, -275 for Inoue and +210 for Fulton. So you can put a couple dollars. I mean, that just, it says a lot. But nowadays, man, that it doesn't mean anything. It says a lot, but it doesn't mean anything. So
it means I'm about to get paid. Hey. That's what it means. It means I'm about to get paid off of this.
I'm gonna tell you now, you can't pick with your heart because I'm Inoue. I was picking Inoue when I seen that spread. I got to put something on Fulton. I think Fulton.
You got to.
Yeah.
Because it can go either way, man. And why not put a little something and get paid? Then play it safe. With it could go either way, man. But tell us what can get the job done for Fulton.
I think Fulton's size, he can control the distance. I think if he brings the fight inside, he has the advantage. We saw how he did against Figueroa. Inoue's never seen this type of fighter. Granted, Fulton's never seen an Inoue, but he's bigger. He has longer. He's longer. Pause. But the thing is, I just think he has. If they fight on the outside range, it favors Fulton. If they fight on the inside, it favors Fulton. Only thing Fulton has to worry about is getting countered.
You
inside, yes. He fought Figueroa. Figueroa's like 6'5", bro. He fought Figueroa in twice, you know what I'm saying, and held his own against a stronger, bigger fighter. I just think Inoue is going to get exposed, man. Like, I don't think it's going to look. His only chance is to counter Fulton with something crazy. You know what I mean? But if they fight from the range, I think it's just Fulton all day, man. And Fulton, to me, he doesn't really have a style. Like, his style is kind of ugly. I think he's, truth be told, man, he may be the best fighter at adjustments in all boxing. Think about it. Like, Fulton, he makes more adjustments than any fighter that there is in boxing, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Because if you had to identify what kind of style Fulton has, what would you say?
Yeah.
You can't really
Can't
say.
boxer, puncher.
You can't really. Yeah, he does it all. So that's me. That's what I think. So I'm bad Fulton, y'all.
And that's big, though, because I think a lot of fighters fail to make adjustments, which loses them the fight. And I think I don't know where I'm going to put my money. But I want to say that I want to spread it out just a little bit. I think the biggest thing I'm going to put a chunk of my money is it going on the over. Going over. I don't know the exact over now, but I see this being a fight where it could end early, but it's not going to end before 6 rounds.
No.
So, I mean, I would bet on the over and then sprinkle everything else after that.
Yeah, smart bet.
I think Fulton can take Inoue's power. I actually think he probably can take his power. If he can take his power from some of them big shots and say, whoa, once you feel it and say, okay, that your confidence level get even bigger in the ring.
For sure.
What I mean? Now you starting to try to dog walk. Now we've seen a Fulton now this dude in the high guard that you normally don't see him do.
Yeah.
You can make all type of, he makes adjustments, but I'm money-wise, yes, I got to put some on Fulton, man. This is really, really a good opportunity to make some money with Fulton because this is a 50-50 fight. But you also got to give respect to Inoue for coming up wanting the biggest dog in the way. Like, we can't downplay that, man. These guys
shout out to him.
moving up to these weight classes and say, okay, who's the top dog here? All right, let's get this fight. I don't need this many tune-ups. Let's just go right into it. You got to respect fighters like that. I don't care who they are, man. You got and look at Charlo. Charlo doing the same thing with Canelo. You got to respect these guys when they doing that. But yes, I I actually like Fulton. But if I'm picking outside of betting, yes, Inoue is the guy. But I think Fulton has a lot of tools, man, that people are overlooking. But you're gonna give him credit if he beats Inoue, right?
So I'm gonna give Inoue credit if he beats Fulton, and he may enter my top 10 pound for pound. He probably will. He will. But let me ask y'all this, because everybody can imagine, and there's some people that have Inoue number 1 on their pound for pound.
No way.
But check it out. What happens if Fulton beats Inoue? Because he's not on hardly anyone's pound for pound.
He has
so
to
if
be
he
up
beats
in
the guy,
top 4.
but most people's pound for pound list, Fulton, they don't have Fulton on there. You know what I'm saying?
Champside, dude. Shout out to Champside.
Yeah, Champside. I like how he defends his pound for pound too. It seems unorthodox, but he make it make sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to dude. Even
Right. He did. He got Fulton on there though. He's one of the ones that got.
But where does Fulton go on the pound for pound? We on Spence and Crawford now too, but
wherever Inoue is put at, man, you got to take him out and put Fulton in. It's no problem with that because, like I said, Fulton has been consistent. He's been consistent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't like crowning guys and putting them in the top 10 off one win. You got to do more than just that. Yeah, you're a champion. You're going to be put right there on the top of everybody in the rankings because you're a champion. But I'm big on consistency. I'm very big on that.
All right, Spence Crawford, where do we even start? We done, I feel like we done talked about everything there is to be talked about on this subject. It's crazy. It's fight week now. It's
fight
here.
Week, man. Now we gotta. We played with a lot of different methods of victory. And, not power, ring IQ, footwork. We talked about everything, but now it's time to get down to the nitty gritty, though. First of all, what's on it? Do anybody know what's on the undercard for that? Is there any good?
Cruz is on the undercard.
Oh, okay, that's right. That's right.
Cruz is in the co-main against the undefeated lightweight. I forgot his name, which is going to be interesting.
Yeah,
I think it's Giovanni. I don't want to mess his name up, but he's undefeated. He's in the top 10. So he's fighting a top 10 opponent.
Come closer to that mic.
My bad. But he's fighting a top 10 opponent. So I don't know the rest of the card fights on the undercard. So I know I'm going to be in the house.
Do y'all ever sprinkle some bread on the undercards too? I like to stack my bets. I put my bets together, and, anybody that I know a little bit, I might do a little homework and then, like a
Sprinkle something here and
cruise,
there.
and sprinkle something there because it just makes it makes your outcome a little
With the
better.
parlay.
Yeah.
All right. But,
Right.
I got you. I got
Yeah.
you. Well, you got to put money on Cruz, but this is a tough fight for him. I think it's going to be a tough fight. When you look at the box rec, you don't see that many knockouts, but you can't get fooled by that because sometimes we look at the guy and say, oh, he only got 5 knockouts, and before you know it, he up on the cards. You know what I mean? We just seen that a couple of weeks ago with Maurice Taylor beating one of Al Heyman's guys, Gomez, that's a Puerto Rican, I believe. They was really heavy behind him, and Maurice was 14 and with 1 KO. He was 14 and I think 14 and 1 with 1 KO, and that's crazy. You know what I mean? You don't expect him to even be to do what he did against a guy with power, but it happens. But yeah, I would definitely put money on Cruz on the undercard. But as far as back to Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence, man, this is the big fight. I think now the predictions is in. I mean, y'all already know I'm picking Crawford. It's a toss-up. It really is a 50-50 fight. But me, I'm looking at it more 55-45. I think Crawford just do a little bit more. And I think Earl is definitely going to try to show the world that he's definitely on the same level. This is when two elites are going at it. You know, people be trying to make it like, oh, man, it's this and this. And no, these are two elites. I mean, you're going to get the best from both of them. I think it's going the distance. I know a lot of people is going, saying it's going to be a stoppage and different things like that. But I just think both of these guys had a spirit of Marvin Hagler. That's what I say, man. These boys is determined. The pressure is on both of them. And I just think Crawford will be a little bit more determined. But if it's going to the cards, will Crawford have a fair shake? That's my opinion. Will he have a fair shake?
Yeah.
That's the question.
You don't think he does enough to go the distance and
I think
beat Spence?
that's what makes it interesting now, live. When I'm thinking about it, it makes it edge Crawford, Earl a little bit, because I think Crawford is going to find himself pushing and putting himself in vulnerable situations because he don't trust the judges. He don't trust PBC. He don't trust Al Heyman. He don't trust these guys. You know what I mean? So
he might
will
go
he
for that
make
knockout.
take more risks in this fight because he don't trust? You get what I'm saying? That's
Okay. If you're Derek James, what do you tell Spence going into this fight to come away with the dub? I'm asking both of y'all.
As far as strategy,
What is the strategy?
I mean, he's going to come off. He's going to work off the jab. See, their game plan, they keep bringing up the Benavidez fight. They keep bringing up Crawford versus Benavidez, where he had the one leg, and Crawford did have problems, but that was his second fight at 147. I think he's filled out to the weight class, and they shouldn't use it as a reference. But they're going to try to stand in front of him, fight off the jab, get inside, work the body. I don't think trading with Crawford is smart if you're Spence. If y'all pay attention, Spence overthrows his left hand. He overcommits on his left hand, and he is super vulnerable every time he throws that bitch. I don't think he can knock Crawford out without getting countered and getting knocked out himself, even go for a knockout shot. His best shot is to work off the jab and work the body and just try to outpoint Crawford, hope he starts off slow, and then try to get into a dog fight later and, just outpoint him in the inside. I don't think it's going to happen, man. I think Crawford, his combinations are too nice. His footwork, he fights off the angles. Spence cannot fight off the angles as far as we've seen. There may be something new where he can fight off the angles. If I'm Crawford, I'm just using that long jab, keeping the distance. And then if Spence tries to get in the inside, I'm just going up top because Spence does not counterpunch. You can't.
I'm going to say this. If I'm Derek James, to answer your question, is to make, like he said, to establish the jab with Earl Spence, man. He's good at establishing the jab. And here's another thing, the rhythm of Earl Spence. Once Earl Spence get his rhythm going where he's just touching it like it's a bag, and he done found his distance where he's able just to start touching you at will, it's hard to turn that off. It's really hard to turn that off. So you don't want to put – Crawford cannot stand in front and let him get rhythm where he's actually touching him. He ain't even got to land clean shots. It's just that I still feel you when I throw a punch.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
That's what Crawford do not want to be at, because once Earl get that rhythm, it's going to be very, very interesting. Now, can Crawford offset that? Yeah, he can offset it by, like I said in my clip, I think body punching is key. Your Danis Ugas did it to offset the slow Earl down. But once Earl got hurt a little bit, he regrouped and he went right back to what he was doing, man, and did make a little adjustments in that fight against Ugas because he beat Ugas down, but Ugas was just sitting there.
Yeah, he just
Crawford is not an opponent that's just going to sit there.
No.
You see what I'm saying? So
if you're Crawford, do you clinch in the inside, or what do you do to avoid?
Yeah. I think if your feet get tired, that's my thing. I think Crawford has to use like ring generalship and move around the ring.
You got to fight the postal fight, Victor Postal fight.
That's what I've been telling people.
Yeah, same here.
That's what I've been telling people. I tell people.
Yeah.
I say, the postal fight, and I also like the fight with Sean Porter because Crawford came in fighting his fight. When Sean think it was a Marvin Hagler moment, and that's what he thought it was too.
Yeah.
He thought it was going to be a Marvin Hagler and a war.
Yeah.
That's what Sean thought it was going to be because Sean was ready for that.
Right.
Crawford never gave him.
Yeah.
Crawford got hit with shots, good shots by Sean, but he never gave in. Where we thought, okay, he gonna give it up because that was his reputation. You get hit with some shots, he gonna want to fight you. But Crawford showed me that he can stay disciplined and fight the game plan that him and Bowman established.
So let me ask you this: if a fight does break out, because Bud, even on like Breakfast Club, when Charlamagne was saying, "I don't think you should trade with Spence," I tend to think that it favors Crawford. You know what I'm saying? What do y'all think? If they exchange,
I like the exchanges.
I would say that I would agree that if they get to exchange it, I think Bud would get the better of each exchange. But I hate to go, but I want to transition from that to do you guys see it being a knockdown? I feel like if it get to the point where they get to fight, somebody might hit the. You know what I mean? Just like you said, when Spence opens up, there's a chance. I don't think he's gonna be knocked out, but do you see either fighter being knocked down if the fight gets to that?
I see fighters getting hurt. I can say that I can see them guys getting hurt. I don't see nobody I just don't see them going down. They don't want no points taken in that aspect of going down at all. It's almost like the Keith Thurman effect. No matter how many times you hit Keith Thurman in the body, he's hurting, but he ain't never took a knee. And that's one thing people can't say about Keith Thurman. He's vulnerable to body shots, but he ain't never took a knee where you got a 10-8 on Keith Thurman.
Right.
I think it can come down here, but I can tell you this. If one of those guys go down, it's because of body shot they did not see. I just don't see it really being up top.
That's a good point.
I just see it a really good body shot that they just didn't see coming because they both is just determined as heck in this fight. But when it comes to the exchanges, yes, I do favor Crawford a little bit. The inside, it's just, to me, the inside game, Earl is a beast at that. We've seen more Crawford fights mid-range. So Earl is really, I edge Earl a little bit on the inside game, but then you got to worry about the
counter.
Like I said, it's just, it's all about feints too. People ain't telling, it's the feints. It's going to be the feints, in and out. Angles, you know what I'm saying? So they're gonna be doing, both of them gonna be doing different things. But like I said, I'm definitely edging Crawford when it comes to exchanging in between the shots. I think Crawford is faster than Errol Spence. I think if we all agree when it comes to hand speed, I think Crawford is just a little faster than Errol Spence. But we'll definitely see. I think he's gonna be really different, defensively sound too. Earl is gonna be as careful he's ever been in his career. He's going to be as careful as he ever been in his career because he respects Crawford. You know what I mean, too. So.
And this is my thing about Errol Spence's defense. I think, and I hate to say this, but I'm going to explain it. I think his defense is overrated. I think Spence is only good if he has a high guard and he's right in front of you and he can work off that jab. But if you notice, if you throw combinations at Spence, his head is always on the line, which is a problem. He don't move his feet. You know, he can jab and then move back a step. But if you're throwing combinations, he just shells up, almost like Adrian Broner. He doesn't counter punch, so he's there to get hit. Like, Spence is always there to get hit. And if you move off an angle because he doesn't move his feet, I mean, he's just a sitting duck. You know what I mean? If Crawford fights the right fight, man, that postal fight, I mean, he could really make this look easy, in my opinion. But Spence, if you're in front of him, probably top 5 defense in all boxing if you're just standing in front of him. But if you're throwing combinations and you're working off angles, I think that's the key. That's the key to cracking that defense. You know. So we're at Place Your Bet, y'all. What's the final verdict?
I've been looking at while we've been on the podcast. I've been looking at the different options just because With 50-50 fights, it's kind of hard to say. This is considered a 50-50 fight. I personally am going to bet on Bud. It's not too bad of the odds, but I like to go and put a couple dollars here and there. And I see some really good odds for a knockdown. And I see Errol Spence, being overwhelmed. And if not being knocked down, have to get an 8 count.
That would be
For real.
Yeah.
It would be something though, but just think about it. That's a positive $340.
Yeah.
$340.
Yeah.
Man, $20, $50. You know what I mean? That's some money, man. And
Good bet.
do y'all see it happening?
I think
anything can happen with these two guys, man. Anything
We
can
all know.
definitely happen.
You
man.
say it all the time. He got PTSD, man. I know he ain't felt no power like Bud's.
Yeah.
Yeah. You was right about those teeth too. Like
Yeah,
he,
I was
he
on
brought
it.
He brought it up. He
Yep.
said he was worried that his teeth came out against Ugas, and
He's
that's
done
why.
it twice.
And I had to get this. Spence fans, listen. I have no beef with y'all. When I said what I said months ago, almost a year and a half ago, I have to see it. Consistency. I saw it more than one time. In the round 11 with Danny Garcia, he did the same exact thing. It was only 8 seconds left. He turned his whole back and looked at the mouthpiece while it was still 8 seconds. And as Danny was about to go hitting, the bell rang. He didn't care where he was at. And I was telling people when I seen it with Ugas, I said, he actually think that is his teeth. Y'all got to remember, he had those teeth replaced. So
He claimed he good now though.
yeah. So that's good. But that's good he talked
You
about
might
it
not
too.
get past that though. That's something. That's a
Yeah,
emotional
you still gonna
trauma.
think about
like,
it.
you gonna
Yeah.
think about it, and let a Terrence Crawford hit you.
Yeah.
Let
Get a
Terrence
little
Crawford
tingle
shoot.
in there. It's gonna be in
Man,
the back of
you
your
gonna
mind.
think it's gonna
Yeah.
be there. It's gonna be floating around, man.
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna take his eyes off the prize this time, though. If it happened, I don't think he's gonna be like, okay, that's my teeth. I think he
Yeah.
learned
I
about
think
it.
it's-
I
think
hope
we-
so. I hope.
I
so.
think we
hope-
getting the best of both fighters. Like
Absolutely.
whatever happens, is no excuses, and I think we gonna get who we gonna get. Like this is gonna be one of them fights, man. And I think to what you were saying, a knockdown. I think if it does happen, it would be Spence, because I just can't imagine the punch that Spence is gonna throw to knock Crawford down. Like what punch did he have in his arsenal?
Listen. I'm not even gonna say that. I think Crawford can get clipped. He can. You ain't even got to hit him on the chin where he's solid. I mean, you can hit him in the top of the head. It can be a shot that just knock the brain, and he be
That's
okay.
true.
Let me get
But
myself
which
back
one
together.
though? Like, is it gonna be a hook? Because I feel like he telegraphs all his punches, and Crawford is like, Spence is good, man. Like he clipped Porter and put him down, but I just think Crawford is not there for those punches Porter was gonna get hit with.
Yeah.
And I think if they're toe to toe, his everything's too slow from Spence. He telegraphs his hooks. Everything outside of his jab and his straight is telegraphed.
But
It's slow.
I think my thing, he can catch Crawford during an exchange too. We can't always assume Crawford gonna get the better end
Right.
because
Is he going to exchange though? That was my whole point.
No.
though.
I think
Yeah.
they're gonna have moments. They should
Yeah.
be able to have moments where they both is gonna be when they're gonna get caught in when there's some exchanges going. But I think Earl definitely has some moments where he can get some shots off, just like Crawford has been, because Crawford has got hit in a lot of exchanges in multiple fights where I done seen him in where he didn't got hit with some
Yeah.
good shots, but.
He keeps his guard
The shots
down.
don't always rock him either. Like people trying to make
Yeah.
it seem, you know what I mean? So he take great shots, but if it's from Earl, it can definitely be one of those shots where it rattles the brain. where
It would just have to be one of them shots that just one of them shots. I don't think he has the not the skill, but the marksmanship to just when they just land something that's just so pretty, like a Boots Ennis shot or some shit. I don't think Spence can land like a Jerron Ennis shot against Crawford, just like counter and then just come back like boom.
it'll
Just be.
It
like,
depends on. But here's my thing, because you thinking more just about his technique and certain things. Off Terrence Crawford's aggression. Sometimes Terrence can get a little out of hand where he's standing in a
does.
place where he shouldn't be standing.
Yeah.
So that can happen. And then once he get hit with the shot, then he be like, okay, let me wake up. Let me go back to being defensively sound in what I do. So he has to be on. Terrence Crawford has to be focused in this fight too.
Right.
I'm not going to just
But
say.
no, but what you're saying is it would be Crawford doing something wrong. I'm saying I don't think if all things equal, Spence could just do a Jerron Ennis shot
okay,
where
I
he's
got
just
you.
so sweet that he just slipped something and came with a left and it was just so pretty that I don't see that happening. I don't think he got it in him. Like maybe body shot like you said, that was a good ass point. Like I could see
think
Crawford
body
going
shot.
down off of a body
Absolutely.
shot. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but that would be the shot. It wouldn't be nothing up top. I don't think so.
They too determined.
You know,
And
yeah.
even with the body shot, that would really have to hurt them to
Right.
even take a knee. They would really have to. They'd be in survival mode, or trying to get out of that round and regroup. But once that happened, then it's all bets are off, man. I don't even know if that might go the distance when it comes to that. But it's gonna be interesting. I think we're gonna get a great fight. But like I said, my point is, I think Crawford is definitely gonna come out victorious. It's just, will he get those decisions on the scorecards? Because I don't think he's gonna be able to stop Earl. But will he think he has to stop Earl because he don't trust the PBC, or anybody on that side? So that's going to be a real interesting thing going into this fight when those rounds is getting closer. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's just my opinion on it.
It'll depend on the flow too. I mean, if he feel like his jab, because Crawford does have a jab when he wants it, and he has the reach advantage. I mean, if he just teeing off on him all night, I think he'll be cool just to cruise and maybe try to go for the stoppage later just because. But you're right. If it's a close fight, he might panic a little bit.
So with that being said, man, let's place our bets. Like it's gonna be fight week next week, man. Next time we're gonna be talking, we might be doing a live broadcast or after the fight. So as of right now, where you putting your money, man? How we gonna get paid?
Man, listen, I'm gonna definitely put some on that knockdown, even though I don't see it. But you gotta put some money because it's fight bookies. You gotta try to make money. I think, but here's the thing: I'm definitely picking Crawford. I'm putting my money on Crawford. But if it's a knockdown, it's got to be late, don't you think? You think it's going to be around the 9th or 10th? Or somewhere the fatigue might kick in.
7th, 8th.
They say
I think
7th,
it's 7th and 8th when the fatigue kicks in. I think it might be
For
one
who?
of them shots.
For both of them?
I think Errol Spence is going to go. It's nothing that's really going to hurt him. You know what I mean? And he's going to have to. I think that's ultimately is what's going to win Bud the fight. I think, he's going to do enough. He's going to box him. And it's going to be a punch that lands that he's going to have to, just take an 8 count. He might not need the whole 8, but he's going to take an 8 count. He's going to come back, finish the fight. It's going to be a great fight, but that's why I was really leaning towards, putting a little something on that knockdown, just because the odds are so good. And stacked with other bets, man, I think that's my bet. You know what I mean? A potential knockdown, going towards Bud.
Right. Yeah, I'm on the over Crawford, and I'm betting Crawford decision. I'm not gonna bet the knockdown. I may, fight night feel a little different and want to bet someone on a knockdown, but I don't think I'm gonna bet the knockdown. Yeah, I'm just saying if it does happen, it'll be Spence.
That's safe.
So you don't think,
That's safe, man. That's a safe way to play it. That's a safe way. Definitely on the over. I got to look at the stats on the over though.
Y'all mean
what the over is paying?
Sound like he want to call in. That's what he sound like.
Sound like he said, I'm wrong about Spence's head being on the line. What fight wasn't his head on the line? His head is always on the line. Spence doesn't move his head. He used to say that a lot in his career, that he got critiqued about not moving his head. Then all of a sudden, the narrative changed to he got this amazing defense. But that was one of the biggest critiques about Spence when he was coming up, that he kept his head on the line and he didn't move his feet. So that's nothing new. If Bud is training for that arrow, he'll get beat up. I don't think he has to train for his head to be on the line because Bud can fight off the angles. So he just got to train for, if it's not there, he know them feet ain't there. So he know his feet aren't as quick as Bud's. So, even if his head isn't on the line, I seen one round against Lamont Peterson where Errol Spence he was feeling good and start trying to move his feet a little bit and keep his head off the line. Other than that, his head been on the line every single fight in his career. He does not move his head.
Because he pressing to attack. He ready, get that chin down and he's coming straight. Bulldozing, man, trying to get the hashtag man down.
Bud's great offense is a cover-up for his lack of defense. Bud is defensively irresponsible at a lot of times. I agree with that. I'm not going to say he doesn't have defense because he does have defense when he wants to, but he's such a dog that he goes in for the kill, kind of like Jaron Ennis. If you're going to stay in that kitchen, trying to get him out, Bud's trying to get him out. Like against Kavaliauskas, like he was just mad. You see he stayed in the same stance the whole fight. And he admitted it. He was like, I was being hard-headed. I wasn't listening to my corner. So sometimes, like even Shakur said, he's like, man, Bud crazy, man. He get in there, he just want to fight. I think he just want to fight. So I think that's, when when I say him, I can't say he doesn't have defense. I'll just say he's defensively irresponsible at times.
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
I can agree with that. I just seen something. So the over ain't really paying too much.
What is it?
It is negative 270 for over 10.5 rounds. So they're expecting it to really go.
Yeah.
Is the distance or at least 11 rounds. What I think I did notice that is paying pretty good is if you bet
Knocked down early.
Terrence Crawford by decision. That's positive 175. So you at least double your money, almost
That's what I'm
triple your
betting.
money.
Yeah.
But that's
So,
what the
I
reason,
mean-
and that's
I'm
one of the
betting
reasons why I
Crawford
say it's big because he's on their platform. He's fighting on Showtime. He's
Law
fighting on
give
BBC,
1, 2, 3,
you know.
4.
So
Y'all know Law give. That sounds like somebody I know.
no,
Nah.
Law give says Spence is going to win. I mean, hey, we not
Hey,
gonna
put
argue
your
that.
money on
Yeah,
it.
put
Put
your
your money
bread
on it.
on
Go
it.
get paid, man.
You know,
Prove
Spence is a good pick. That's why it's the biggest fight in boxing, 50-50.
and some of these people, like I said, y'all
Yeah.
think someone's taking it so personal, man. I ain't taking it personal. I like Earl Spence too. I'm just picking Terrence Crawford, but now all of a
Yeah.
sudden you don't know boxing because you're picking Terrence. It's like it's
Yeah,
hilarious
right.
to me, man, how some of these people take it so personal. And and I even hear people say, "You still better be answering your phone when the fight over, bro."
Like, yeah, nobody mad.
I've been riding with Ohio fighters for long. We ain't been winning some of the big fights. I had to go
Yeah.
back to Robert Easter and Mikey Garcia. Y'all remember how hard I was going there? I didn't disappear. I was still there because I know we gonna always be in situations where we in big fights and win some. So I ain't never, running from nothing. So if Crawford lose, hey, Earl was the best man that night. That's it. That's all you can say.
Yeah.
But you
Shout
gonna
out
have
to
some
Law
personal
Give.
people.
Put that bread up.
For sure, man. Make sure y'all comment below, man. Where y'all watching the fight, man? This is what I think the biggest fight, actual fight. Not
Yeah.
not the biggest fight for the fan. I mean for
No.
for the casual, but,
Yeah.
but the biggest fight of the century.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
Can you think of another fight in boxing history that had this many different levels of importance or implications, like with this much on the line?
Undisputed, undefeated. I mean,
Two-time undisputed.
I
6
even
years
brought
in the
up.
making, baby.
I even
6
brought
years
up
in the making.
another statistic where Terrence Crawford has beat 6 Olympians on his resume. Earl has beat 3. And guess what? He's fighting an Olympian July 29th.
Right.
That can be 7. I mean, that's a great accomplishment. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like if he can pull that off, it would be great. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of stuff on this fight, man. That's big.
It's
A lot of accolades.
right. Terrence Crawford, if he goes 2 divisions undisputed, does he automatically enter the top 5 ever?
If he go 2 he's gonna be up there. He's definitely gonna be up there because I think more people are starting to appreciate the accolades
Right.
more than just the fighters. You know what I mean? Just they're starting to appreciate that more. It's been appreciated, but not as much, in my opinion.
Right.
So I think yes, he definitely gonna go for that. And then you're gonna see people trying to strive for 3
Yeah.
or 4. You know what I mean?
I think that's what Boots won.
Yeah. See what I'm saying?
Yeah. And
Strive for different things.
I know we got to wrap it up.
Yeah.
240. You know,
Can't wait.
Man,
Yeah.
listen, I can't wait.
Y'all watching it here? Y'all watching
I'm
it?
probably going where she going.
Man,
Okay.
I'm having a fight party, man. It's one of my people. He want to put together
Is
something.
y'all
real-
charging? Is y'all gonna make some money off that?
Yeah,
Okay, I'm about to
yeah,
say
yeah,
y'all
man.
better put some $10 to $15 at
50
the door.
piece.
Oh, it's 50, man.
50.
It's 50 to get in.
50 to get in.
Oh, y'all
man.
doing y'all thing.
It's 50
then.
to get in, but man, the price of admission ain't nothing, man. You know, when you come in to enjoy it comfortably,
Yeah.
Y'all
enjoy
gonna
the
have
fight.
some midgets, stripper midgets.
Some little midget strippers, man. You know, finger food.
It's like anime strippers, nigga. The whole
finger
everything. You know what I'm saying? You missing out, bro.
Man, I'm telling you, man, you ain't this one of them. So yeah, man, I'm
What's up?
excited about the fight, man. This is gonna be one. I already know, man. I don't even want to argue with nobody about no fights. I'm gonna just enjoy myself, look at some booties, and
Right.
I'm gonna leave the room when the fight come on because it's gonna be like 12 TVs. I'm gonna find my own TV.
Oh yeah, you got it. I ain't think about
man,
nothing.
that's a nice little location
Yeah,
there.
man, it's-
I ain't think about no bitches when no females when the fight come on.
like,
None of
you
that
go
shit.
on and
Yeah.
y'all might as well
Oh,
just
see
get
it.
dressed. But,
Excuse me, y'all.
But with all that being said, man, this was a great episode, man. We got a good fight coming up, man. we're gonna be posting some reels, man. We're gonna be putting a lot more content out for you guys, just because we do this for y'all, man. We trying to all get paid, man. We love boxing, and we gotta get the casuals on board. Where to put their money to get
everybody,
paid, man.
Everybody, we got some new things potentially in the works, man. So stay tuned, man. We might be changing up, not really changing up the format, but just taking it to another level. So definitely stay tapped in to Fight Bookies. Y'all got anything else y'all want to say? Y'all ready?
Hey, man, that's it,
All
man.
runs boxing. You know.
All runs boxing as usual.
That's it.
Yeah, man. I'm $1 Million Flight, $1 Million Boxing Promotion.
You heard?
Peace.
Peace out.
We the Fight Bookies. Peace.
Peace.